So, Marcus, it's the class. Class, Marcus!
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Mom!
Dhar Mann really needs to upgrade his props.
Hey guys, it's Marcus.
What the hell is this? Watch this. No thanks. What I do on YouTube requires me to talk. I mean, who's heard of a reaction YouTuber? And when you're on YouTube, you want to watch a video, not read captions in a video. The same applies to game videos or game streams, unless the video is supposed to be a walkthrough or a no commentary gameplay video. Now, why am I saying all this? Well, it's because today we are reacting to Mom becomes gamer for selectively mute son. Now, I've watched a couple of Dhar Mann videos on my own, and I don't see how people can be fans. I can just take the mick out of most things, or I get annoyed by little tiny details in the background. I guess that's just me for you. But what I'm thinking this video is going to be about is the sun, because I think it's a sun from the looks of the thumbnail, which, by the way, this has changed 4 times. Just pick one, Dhar Mann. But what I'm thinking is, this boy wants to become a gamer, but he doesn't want to talk, so his mom talks for him. I'm probably wrong, but the only way to find out is by watching. So, let's watch.
Why don't you introduce yourself to all of us?
Hi, I'm Afon. I talk way too much in my videos, and that's why I can't get them to around about the usual reaction video timescale. I think this one's going to be about an hour long. I remember watching someone react to it and they did it in under 20 minutes. I'm a chatterbox.
Okay.
Does he not speak or something?
He's a new student in a new class. You'd be nervous too. Let's let him warm up to everybody, okay?
Yeah, let's let him warm up. It's freezing in here. Hey, no watching Dhar Mann videos in class.
So, Marcus, it's the class. Class, Marcus!
The most used line ever. Someone, this is someone. Someone, this is someone.
Please take a seat anywhere you like.
God, this just proves that this is not in the UK. In the UK, apart from college, actually, I think in some colleges you are assigned a seat, but in primary school to high school, you are always assigned a seat by the teacher. Here's a story.
CBeebies Bedtime Story.
Back when I was in high school and our teacher wasn't in, we had a substitute teacher. Now, they were usually not from our school and were from a substitute teacher hiring agency. Well, not one of those, but I don't know what they were actually called. And usually when our teacher was gone, they left the substitute an outline of the seating plan. This showed where everyone was supposed to be sitting. But we always thought the substitute doesn't have any control over us. They can't tell us where we're supposed to be sitting. We're probably not even going to do the work anyway. So, even with the seating plan, we just usually sat where we wanted because the substitute teachers, they weren't really the type of people that cared too much. But even then, sometimes our teachers never actually left a seating plan. So the substitute teachers always thought, oh, they must know where they're supposed to sit. They will sit in their spaces because they are good children. Well, I say children, I'm talking about me in high school. However, usually when we had a seating plan, we weren't really sat next to the people we wanted to. We weren't sat next to our friends. So we always used to sit next to our friends. We always moved. And for the substitute teacher, they always asked us, are you sitting in the correct spot? And everyone said yes. And since everyone said yes, the substitute always thought we were telling the truth. So that's how we were able to get away with it. But this just goes to show, seating plan or not, you just couldn't control my class of where we sat. Oh, an iMac from 2008. I have that and I use it as a prop. I bet that isn't plugged in though, because in Dhar Mann they never usually are. You're late.
Good morning, Lily. Late as usual, I see.
Well, I'm not surprised. In my high school, if you were late often to the same lesson with the same teacher, after like 1 or 2 times, they would just get so mad. Not like this. This guy just like, oh, you're late again, I see. Oh, well, try to be here on time. And then they never are. How about you do something, man with beard and yellow tie?
I had to get these balloons. I hit 925k subs on YouTube.
What is going on? Congrats, that's exceedingly more than what I have. Why do I get the feeling she's her only friend?
You know, 925 is not really a big milestone number.
You speak for yourself, man with beard and yellow tie. I have not got anywhere close to even 1,000 subscribers. I haven't even got close to 100 subscribers. And he's saying 925,000 isn't that much. If I had 925,000 subscribers, I'd jump for joy, for goodness sake. Also, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, so he doesn't know how hard it is to just start off a YouTube channel and have to wait and wait for it to grow until you get popular. Unlike if your eye shows speed and you just act mental every video.
Are you kidding me? That's 75k away from a mil. That's a huge milestone number.
If this is maths class, then she's passed because she knows how to count.
Well, I'm glad you're getting this math down, so go take a seat.
Did one of the balloons hit a ceiling light or something? What was that metal clang? These kids again on my nerves. Why couldn't I just become the janitor, not the teacher? Then I just had to clean up after them, not have to deal with them as much. Oh my god, clean your monitor. Look at how many times have you touched that monitor screen? Macs aren't touch screens.
You know, the first thing you think about is this. We thought about this years ago. We've done tons of user testing, and it turns out it doesn't work. Touch surfaces don't want to be vertical. It gives great demo, but after a short period of time, you start to fatigue, and after an extended period of time, your arm wants to fall off.
I just want to get a cloth and some screen cleaning liquid and just jump through the monitor at her and just clean that monitor.
Who the heck are you?
This is Marcus. Apparently he's nonverbal.
Well, Marcus the Mute.
Jesus, how long did it take you to come up with that name?
You're in my seat, so move.
Everything okay?
I thought the teacher said you could sit anywhere. Apparently there is a seating plan. Oh my god, it isn't actually plugged in.
Yes, I was just politely asking Marcus to move so I could sit next to Verna.
Alright, in Dhar Mann world, I feel like everyone is deaf. Because in what I've seen, in this case, that girl is the only one talking. Or shall I say, talking. Because she shouted that. And this classroom is pretty small. It's nothing compared to the size of some classrooms I had. I mean, this classroom can fit like, what? 10 students? Every classroom in my high school fit 30 students. But what I don't get is, in Dhar Mann world, when the room is silent and someone's shouting, apparently no one can understand what that person said. I don't get it.
Hey, ignore her. She thinks she's better than everyone else because she has a bunch of YouTube subs. Her whole channel's about making fun of people. It's really disgusting.
Wow, is that Lisa from Genshin Impact?
Wow, was that a voiceover that was done in a studio with a lot of soundproofing and not in a classroom made of wood where the soundproofing is 0? This is something I don't get. I've actually seen this in some like TV shows where they don't add something in or the sound quality is pretty bad, but they go and film it separately in a soundproof room. And you can tell it's been recorded differently because the audio sounds nothing like what was in the room. Was it too much just to take this girl back into this room and just record the audio there where it would sound the same? No, you had to take her to a soundproofed box and record it there, didn't you? I don't get it when that happens.
That is so cool.
Can I help you? Well, mind your own business.
Okay, so can anyone solve this equation?
No. I don't think the guy in the back can see the equation. Look, he's trying to see under the balloons.
Anyone?
Hang on, why is it I count 3 people have MacBooks, while everyone else doesn't have even paper? Why are some people allowed computers, but others aren't?
CBB's bedtime story.
In my high school, there were only a select few times where we were actually able to use the computers. That was when we were on lunch times and we could go and use the ones in the library, or our computer lessons. But also, there were some times where in lessons you wouldn't think you would use the computer, you used them, like English or maths. For English, it was always to type up our documents so they looked much better than with our handwriting, especially mine. But another time was also in maths. I remember it very well. It was either when the teacher wanted us to revise on our own and they would set some online tasks for us to do. Or it was when we had a substitute teacher and it was easier setting work online. Why? Well, if it's on paper, the teacher doesn't know that you're not doing the work until they get back. But online, the teacher can check at home on certain apps. But that just goes to show, even when we had computers, we didn't use them that much. But even then, I'm glad we didn't, because I do not like Chromebooks. And the Windows computers were slow as hell. The thing is, I'm seeing 3 MacBooks in this classroom, and this wasn't anything like what I had in high school. The only time you were able to use computers and other students weren't able to use computers were if you had an injury or something. Like for instance, one person in my class, they broke their hand, so they had to use a laptop because it was easier for them to type instead of to try and write with their hand and a pen. Except I don't know how this applies to Dhar Mann's classroom because 3 people have MacBooks and the rest don't, so why is it that they get to bring their computers to school and use them while others don't and they have to use paper? It was never like that in my high school. You weren't able to bring in your own computer. This isn't college or university where you need to take notes for everything. So why would you need to bring in your laptop to a high school anyway? Half the work is on worksheets. For those of you wondering why I'm sitting like this, well, this is how I'm recording. I'm literally just sat on a little unit with this giant green sheet behind me and over it. So if it looks weird in the edit, this is why. We are 1 minute and 52 seconds into this video, and I'm just so confused.
Marcus, you're new. Want to give it a go?
Oh yeah, go for the guy that doesn't speak. Perfect. You said, let's let him warm up. And now you're just throwing him in there just with, oh, Marcus, I know I said let's give you some time to speak, but solve this question. I can barely see that. And this is a good monitor. If Marcus did that with every question, he's going to run out of paper.
That's correct. Very good, Marcus. Very good. Now let's move on.
Wait, he's actually a mute?
Well, it isn't the video title.
Did you guys hear the new Genshin 3.8 has reruns of Eula, Klee, and The Wanderer?
I get the feeling this whole video is going to be like a sponsorship or something. You watch. Because the Genshin Impact poster, the gameplay, the reference of names and stuff, it's gotta be, right? Oh, Asa, that's actually the same make of monitor of this one. Except that monitor is a lot better than this one. Also bigger. I think this monitor's like 15 inches.
I'm obsessed with Klee's new outfit. If I can't get her, I will cry.
Yeah, seriously, I know.
Oh, right. Just a peeping Tom.
Hey, how come you never talk, Marcus?
Yeah, what's the point in having a headset with a mic if you don't use it?
Did you hear about all the updates?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I was not expecting it to be that high-pitched. Either this guy actually sounds like this in real life, or he does a hell of a good impression. I wonder what it sounds like when Marcus is scared. You know, I actually have the perfect reference for this.
Edmund, this is Miranda.
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming, please. Thank you very so.
And thank you for organising what promises to be a wonderful night.
Sorry, have you got something stuck in your throat, a little quiche or something?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Right, good night, everyone.
Whoa. This whole time I thought you were a boy. You're a girl?
Alright, I've been confused for a girl sometimes because of, like, the length of my hair. It's kind of long, actually.
Okay, PW21.
PW21, what's a username?
Is Marcus a boy or a girl?
I don't think it matters. But if I had to guess, I think he just has a high-pitched voice. Right, Marcus?
How to Lose Friends 101. Even the guy said it doesn't matter and he's still like this. Does no one shut doors in this house? Also, how many bloody posters did they send you, Dhar Mann? This must be a sponsorship. I see no other game.
Annie, how's it going?
Well, you've been watching him this whole time like a stalker, so how do you think?
Fine. Well, I was hoping we could talk about your birthday next month.
He looks like he's in his 20s.
Is there anything in particular you feel like doing?
I don't know, probably playing Genshin Impact.
Okay, well, how about we invite over your friends this year? Did you meet anybody at your new school?
Well, he did meet them, he just didn't really make friends. He met an arsehole. He met two arseholes. But he also met a nice girl and a boy that can't mind his own bloody business.
Did you even talk to anybody?
Of course he didn't. They talked to him, but not the other way around.
Marcus, how are you supposed to make friends if you don't talk to people?
She has a point, love.
Okay, you're taking this not talking thing way too far.
Yeah, you're in your 20s and you're supposed to be playing a 17-year-old character. I bet that's what it's supposed to be. But how have you gone this long and you've just not gotten used to it? Also, you must have hit puberty quite late. You haven't even hit it, I don't think.
So you have a slight high-pitched voice.
Slight is an understatement. It's higher than yours.
That is who you are, and it's beautiful.
You are beautiful, no matter what they say.
It should not matter to you what people say or think.
Unfortunately, that's not the type of world we live in.
Are you even listening to me?
Well, there's nothing else he could be listening to apart from this background music from Epidemic Sound.
Okay, Marcus, I am not going to transfer schools for you again.
Oh, for God's sake. What is it? Every time someone makes fun of his voice, quick, we gotta move schools.
You need to toughen up.
Usually when a parent and their child are arguing, the child usually walks off into their room. But instead, he's walked out of his room. But I have to agree with the mother. He's how old and he's still acting like this?
3, 2, 1. Got it.
Can I see it, Mom?
Why are you wearing a jumper that's ripped? Is it supposed to be like that? I've seen ripped jeans, of which he's wearing jeans, but they're not ripped. And I understand ripped jeans, they're fashionable, but I've never seen a ripped shirt. I would just think you've been attacked before and you're wearing that.
Mom, can I see it?
Can I see it, Mom? Mom!
Mom!
Now that was a voice crack.
Mom!
Can I see it, Mom?
I'm Mickey Mouse. That's a job for him. He could be the new Mickey Mouse voice actor.
Come on, let's go.
It's okay, honey. That's why today is your last day at this school. Plus, look how handsome you are.
So would you like to continue talking about your ex-husband, or do you want to talk about the issues that you were having with your coworkers?
My, this woman's life is pretty bad. A son that won't talk, you've been divorced, and you hate your co-workers. Good God, and you're in therapy.
I'd really like to focus on Marcus. He just started at his new school this week.
How's that going?
I'm not sure. You know he has autism. He's high functioning.
This is something about Dhar Mann. Since his most popular video has been about a boy with autism, he feels like whenever there's a child with a problem, he always has to make it like, oh, they've got this problem and they've got autism. They haven't got a problem, but they've got autism. This kid is perfectly fine, but let's just add in autism. I don't know what it is with him. Not one of his best thumbnails, although I can't say much about my first one.
But the kids at his old school,
She's not writing anything down.
they made fun of his voice. And Paula, he's completely stopped talking.
You don't say.
But he's still talking to you, right?
Barely, when he's not playing his computer games.
That's called selective mutism. People who have it are not comfortable speaking in social settings, but may at home. It's caused by anxiety, fear, even trauma.
Yeah, it was definitely trauma.
I'd say more fear for what people say.
After what happened at his last school, Paula, the kids can be so mean. You know, I thought it was bad when you and I were growing up, but they are absolutely worse now.
Charming.
So what do I do?
What did I do, Agnes?
Oh, if I was you, I'd go home and fucking hang myself.
Well, for one, don't force him to speak. He'll speak when he wants to and on his own terms. And a supportive environment goes a really long way. You know, it gives him a sense of community.
You mean like a support group?
I've heard of there being support groups for all sorts of different types of people, but it's going to be very rare to find a support group of people who have very high-pitched voices, unless it's a choir.
No, Marcus would never go to a support group.
It could be an online community.
Yeah, no, he's not going to participate in that.
Look, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be any online community. You said that he likes computer games.
Yeah, it's Genshin Impact.
If this video isn't sponsored, I will be so surprised. They couldn't just leave it at, he likes to play computer games. No, they had to move it on with, he likes Genshin Impact, not just computer games.
It's a really popular game that...
It can't be that popular, I've never heard of it until this video. Might have seen a couple of adverts, thinking of which, but I just quickly skipped them because I don't care.
involves role-playing, and Marcus is obsessed with it. He has these characters in anime, and he's trying to level them up or something.
No, that's one reason I don't play games like that. I'm just not a fan of anime, to be honest.
Can you play with other players?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was playing the other night. He was playing with 2 kids. And
2 kids? I bet they're in their 20s as well.
But then he spoke to him, and one of them thought he was a girl, so he completely shut down and stopped playing.
I think he more quit the game instead of shut down his computer.
That's interesting. You said he spoke to them.
Yeah, 3 or 4 words.
Well, that means he's more comfortable speaking online than when he's in person.
Well, if only this video was made during lockdown, that would work so well. But nope, had to be out a couple of years afterwards.
You should play the game with them.
I don't think so.
It could be a good start.
God, that's a threatening look if I've ever seen one. It's in competition with the one we saw at the beginning with that girl wanting Marcus to get out of her seat.
We should head off. Let's get going.
We should get going. No, we should head off. Let's get going.
Okay.
I've seen this laptop before. My high school actually had one for a display that we had in the main corridor until we switched it out for a better Lenovo one. I'm a Mac guy, but if I had to switch to Windows, I would love to have a Lenovo computer. They're the best ones in my opinion.
Okay.
You are not playing that. I mean, we know she's not. It's just footage put over a screen because apparently her top bezel is bigger than the bottom and stuff. But she's literally just like, oh, yes, WASD. If that's the case, why are my fingers over here as well? Let me see. Oh,
What? I can't even listen to what she's saying.
It's not even plugged in. Look at it. There's no power wire. Dhar Mann, is it too much work just to put a wire in? Doesn't even need to be plugged into the wall. Just put it in the back of the computer. And actually, go back a minute. Oh my God. This screenshot, it's a screenshot and then stuff being edited. But this was taken on a MacBook. Because if you look in the top right, there's a battery. And last time I checked, iMacs didn't have batteries in them. Although that's probably why it's not plugged in. We first invented the iMac in 1998 to solve one big issue, and that was cable clutter on your desk. And the Mac operating system has grown so much with what you can do with it since then. And we've brought it from being in a desktop on your desk to the portability in a MacBook. We've always thought to ourselves though, how can we make the Mac even better? And we thought about making the screen bigger so you can see more on it. And we've done this with the latest MacBook Air, making it go in from 13 inches to 15 inches. But we feel that that still isn't big enough. So that's why we are now releasing the iMac Portable. The thing about the iMac Portable is you can charge it like with your MacBook, but then you can bring it anywhere you want, and you can have a desktop setup wherever you want without worrying about needing a power cable. And if you use our Magic Keyboard and Magic Mouse, this is a no wires setup. The thing about the iMac Portable is, to be able to house the battery in it, we weren't able to use our thin iMac that we introduced in 2021. So instead, we are using the design of an iMac from 16 years ago. Really, that is how old the iMac is in Dhar Mann's video is. Now, the thing about this is, you won't be able to do that much on it. Because since it is 16 years old, that means you can't install the latest Mac OS. And because you need the latest Mac OS to be able to install many programs from the App Store, that means you will get not that much work done. The all-new iMac Portable. Dhar Mann really needs to upgrade his props. But if we have a look, apparently you've got Numbers, Pages, and Mail open, but you haven't even got Safari open, and apparently you're uploading your video, but you're watching it in QuickTime Player, and it doesn't have a video title, and you haven't even got QuickTime Player open. Sorry if I'm really picky at this. I just like Mac so much, and I love the OS. But it just annoys me when things just aren't edited properly. Like, was it too much just to actually make this instead of go through all this work with combining screenshots? Also, why do you have so many windows open in Safari? You've got 2 YouTubes, 1 Google, an Instagram, another YouTube, a Google, you even got your Microsoft open and Google Sheets. You've even got Amazon. Also, I prefer it when videos are made like this, where the person's got a smaller face cam and the video's bigger, because I want to see what you're reacting to. But in this case, for instance, the video's tiny. Even if I was playing it on this monitor, I probably wouldn't even be able to see it that well. It's just, the face cam is just so big. I remember watching a Dorco video recently where it was him with a Scooby-Doo FNAF video. And he has his face cam so big, but he moves it to the right. And then he puts the video in the bottom left. But then he's got a big black spot from where he's moved over his video and there's nothing up there. So he just fills it with an image. Why can't he just do it like this? It looks better, don't you think? Here's her reacting to a Dhar Mann video, and she's just talking about the clothes. I'm going off about video editing and a Mac screen. Me and her are clearly different types of reactors.
Because all I could focus on is what she's wearing. It's like she raided her grandma's closet or something before this video.
Also, if you haven't noticed, I am at home doing this. I am in my bedroom recording this. I edit these at home, and I upload them at home. Why have you left it until now and you're uploading it at school?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I don't.
Post it. Have you ever thought instead of pushing people down, you should help bring them up?
Have you ever thought instead of being so nosy, you should just mind your own business?
She has a point, love.
I'm the one with 950k subs.
I'm the one with, well, as of making this video, 1 sub.
How many do you have again?
Yeah, she has none because she's not doing YouTube. Not everyone does YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought. At this rate, I'll hit 1 mil by next week.
Just 110 mil more, and you'll have as many subs as Pixel Warrior 21.
Who the actual hell is Pixel Warrior 2021? I'm sorry, 21. I know who the top ones are. Cocomelon, T-Series, Mr. Beast he's gonna go past T-Series very soon, and PewDiePie, and a couple more. But last time I checked, the only one up there that began with a P, who's in the 100 million range, is PewDiePie, not Pixel Warrior 2021. 21. Why do I keep saying 2021? It's not a year.
I love him. Imagine if he reacted to my content. Oh my god.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind having big YouTubers react to me. Not that I would want them to like give me a shout out in that sense, but I like to see what they would think. I'd honestly just like them to tell me like how they think my video's done, what they think I could do better, especially like what they think of the, and I have to admit, a kind of bad background, but I've just thrown it together, alright? Even here, I'm adding the logos of the videos I've reacted to, and up here, which you can't see yet, is the channels, like TV channels or YouTube channels that I've reacted to. But hopefully one day this is going to be like covered in those, and it might look better. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a big YouTuber react to me, just so then they could tell me like how I can get better at making videos, because I admit these aren't the best, they're not the best quality. I'm filming on an iPhone XR for goodness sake. But hey, I'm just starting out.
Wait, look. That's the mute boy.
No kidding.
I think I can get him to talk. Watch this.
Watch me dance.
Oh my god, what? Where did you get these tables from? Look at the legs. They look like they come from a painter's workshop. Genshin Impact in school? My school cracked down very hard on what games you could play. Or as he put it, 0. Because they had this thing where they could tell if you were playing games, and the only game you actually could play was Minecraft Education Edition. Because we didn't do it for when I was there because of like lockdown and stuff. It's something you did in the first 3 years there. But what happened was, we had that installed. It wasn't on the laptops, it was on the computers in the computer rooms for IT lessons. But those were the only games. How have you installed and logged into Genshin Impact so quickly and I haven't even been inside that computer for 5 minutes? But yeah, how are you playing Genshin Impact when at my school they banned you from using the internet if you played any online games, never mind downloaded games? Also, this is something I don't get. Can't you just wait until you get home to play? I have absolutely no idea what he's talking. I have absolutely no idea what she's talking about. That scream? That actually did kind of sound like a man's scream. That didn't sound anything like a girl's scream or anything. This is a girl's scream. But I don't get it. That did not sound like a girl's scream. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, mate, that was too much of a scream. She's not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre man.
That's why you don't talk. You sound like a girl.
Do you two care that much? He didn't even turn off the game or log out to the computer.
Baizu is the literal embodiment of the meme. I'm a healer, but...
Yeah, and I'm 100% down for that. Hey, how come Marcus hasn't said anything?
I don't know, who cares? Just leave him alone. He doesn't have to talk if he doesn't want to.
Stop trying to defend him all the time. Marcus, are you there? Can you hear us?
How is pressing escape getting out of the game? Last time you had to do all sorts of things with your mouse to quit it. It was like close, then quit, and then close, and then the screen went white instead of went back to your desktop for some reason. That was an editing mistake there for them. But I don't get it. Why did you have to press ESC so much? Last time I checked, ESC doesn't quit a game. At least not the ones I play. Well, I do play console. Oh, that just got him out of chat. Never mind.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, how come you haven't accepted my friend request?
You just sent it. You just sent it. It was send friend request, next second, call. Give him a minute to accept it. Christ, you couldn't have given him like a minute or even 10 seconds. No, friend request, call. Also, aren't you in the same house? Is it too much just to walk to his room again?
That's you? But you know how to play Genshin Impact.
You're right. I didn't. But after watching non-stop YouTube videos, I got good enough for level 16 so I could friend request you.
Really? You have to be a certain level to friend request someone? It's kind of a bad thing about the game, don't you think? You gotta play so much, then you can talk to someone else.
Impressive, right?
Not really. This seems like a sponsorship.
I can't believe you did that.
I can. Know why? It's in the script.
So are you gonna add me or what? I'm waiting.
I'm waiting.
All right, Mom. I'll add you. There. Come on, Mom, catch up.
Dhar Mann, do you really need to have a training montage? Even then, this isn't good music.
Wait, be careful, you're gonna fall.
Oh, that's where they got the thing for the thumbnail. Good God. Jesus, that face reaction, that really did look like she'd been stabbed or something, or watched someone get murdered. No, she died in a game. Also, in this light, your hair kind of looks blue, and you kind of remind me of Ninja.
Fall. I died. It's okay.
God, that's serious. I feel like I'm being told off.
Well, careful, you're low on HP.
Wait, so you can play Genshin Impact on your phone. Then why was he using a school computer to play it when he could have just played it on his phone in school? Dhar Mann, do you ever reread your scripts and just think, maybe I should add a bit of realism to them and stuff that makes sense, maybe?
I died again. Mom, you're taking a lot of damage. Where'd you go?
To be honest, with all that stuff on screen, I wouldn't be able to see her if she was right in front of me.
I teleported to the Statue of Seven to get more HP.
Wow, you know how to do that?
You're in the same house. Just go into his room.
Don't underestimate your mama.
Seriously, Dhar Mann, you couldn't have chosen some better music?
Oh no, he's getting me. Shoot! I don't think I'm gonna... Got him!
You're in the room now! You're in the room now! Why weren't you in the room in the last shot? Clearly it's like the last shot was a different day to this shot, which is another day, but why weren't you in the room for yesterday? Dhar Mann, your scripts don't make any sense. I wish I could actually see this script before this video came out, and I'd just be like, nope, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't either. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. You know what? Just rewrite the whole thing.
I can't believe you saved me. Nice move, Mom.
Yeah, buddy.
Mom. Okay, I've got an idea. What if I started streaming online?
That logo really doesn't half look like the peacock logo. I bought a camera that had the same, well, not the same, but a box looking like that for £10, and trust me, I got scammed. That wasn't 1080p.
I mean, Genshin Impact streamers can get a lot of followers if they're good.
Can they? Because I've never heard of it before.
Oh, honey. Didn't you say it would bother you if people heard your voice?
She has a point, love.
I mean, it's fine, and I thought about it. And it's not like the people online actually know who I am.
Speak for yourself. For all you know, I could have my whole old high school class watching me for all I know.
Those be random people. So even if someone does say something, I'm not gonna let it bother me.
Hang on. I can see where this is going. Lily's gonna react to him, isn't she? Dhar Mann, if that's the case, then you're predictable. You're very predictable.
I'm just gonna toughen up.
Time for another training montage. I wish I was like that with my mum, because, like, all this, it's in my room, and I'm pretty sure she has a rough idea that I'm doing something. I have 2 ring lights facing my desk, and this is pretty noticeable. So I think she has a rough idea that I must be doing something YouTube. It does help, though, that I take a media course, so that's where the ring lights can come in handy. But surely she's got to be thinking I must be doing YouTube, but I haven't told her.
Hey guys, it's Marcus.
I was going to say something about how intros, I don't know what's after an intro, which is why I just start my videos of just talking about something that can link to the video. I don't go like... Hey guys, guess who I am? I'm the one that's named after this channel. Did you enjoy that intro I made that was clearly ripped off from Eurovision? Well, anyway, but what I'm going to comment on now is the editing of this monitor. That top part is from Chrome, and then underneath it goes into Safari. And apparently you're on the new tab, which is YouTube Studio. But YouTube Studio is opened in the Safari part. This is something most people would just overlook, but since I'm into computers, I am just so confused. Also, isn't this a Windows computer? Why Safari on this?
Well, the Mac's market share is growing, and this is great. But we want to grow maybe even in addition to that. And to do that, we're going to have to create a version of Safari that runs on Windows. We have a little bit of expertise in doing that because of iTunes. We now have Safari, the latest and greatest version, Safari 3 running on Leopard. Safari 3 now runs on XP and Vista as well.
Hey guys, it's Marcus.
This is one also reason why I don't want to do live streaming yet. I want to do it, but I just feel like if I react to a video when I'm live streaming, I mean, if I make a mistake, trust me, sometimes a recording can... Like, I've been going for 52 minutes now, and we're only 12 minutes of this 21-minute video in. But sometimes, like, I make some mistakes, and it just... They should be edited out to make the video more enjoyable. But live streaming, can't edit anything. And again, with editing something, if I want to make a purpose of a joke, like these few scenes I've featured in from Mrs. Brown's Boys...
She has a point, love.
Then I can't do that. Unless I say, hang on guys, give me 5 minutes to find this clip. I find it, and then by the time I play it, the joke's gone. The moment's passed. Okay. Right, let's talk. Alright, so the Safari bit is gone, and your replacement is the top of Chrome, which apparently you're not on YouTube Studio, you're just in a new tab. This YouTube Studio has angled corners, which you only find not on Windows 10, which is what this background is, and taskbar, but you find that on Safari in macOS. Also, apparently your sound is turned off, you don't even have Microsoft Edge open or Google Chrome, and where is your date and time? You featured it in the classroom one, but you don't here? Just edit it right, is it that much work? Hang on, I just realised then, your face cam wasn't on there, that just appeared in a bit late. That's an editing mistake there, because the footage of the camera was put in a little later, just like even like 2 frames later than the screen bit.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Marcus. This is my first live stream, and I'm gonna be playing Genshin Impact.
If only I did my video like that. I started my first video off with, "It's summertime." So those are the first words ever on this channel. It's summertime.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, whoa, I already have a few people watching. Cool. Let's see. One's my mom.
It's even the same here. That's the same taskbar as in the other one. Chrome is open, but apparently you don't have Chrome on. Your calendar's gone. Apparently she's listening to audio, but her audio is on silent. You've got Chrome open, but you're not on YouTube. And for some reason, this is not a maximized window, but it looks like a maximized window. Dhar Mann, fire your editor.
Hey mom, how's it going?
Hi, honey.
He can't hear you or talk to you or anything. The one streamer that doesn't mind their parents watching. Also, I like how you've named your first stream Genshin Impact. Also, you already have 15 viewers and you've just started your channel that day? I didn't even get 15 views on my first video. I don't get it. What's going on? Dhar Mann, add some logic. That's what I've been looking for. Add some logic into this. Switch to Mac and use Logic Pro. I know that's an audio editing app.
I'm gonna go try and read some of the comments now.
You've just started. All of them are going to be like, hey, how are you?
Hey, Paddy, where have you been, Paddy?
Why does your voice sound like...
This is something I don't get. Why is it streamers just read them first? If I was to read them, I'd just be like, read it and then say it. God, I think that's more cringy than your voice. What's the point in having a locker if you're not even going to have a lock on it? Should just be called Genshin Impact stickers in the locker.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, what are the balloons? I'm guessing you've hit 975k. That girl must be a really good friend of Lily's, just carrying around her balloons for her. She's like her assistant. Maybe every YouTuber has an assistant. Do you know what? I'm gonna get an assistant. If she's got her best friend as an assistant, I don't think I can get my best friend as... But I'm gonna get an assistant. Mark my words, next video, I will have an assistant.
We heard your voice. I guess you do talk. Oh, is it an online-only kind of thing? Because you don't want the whole school to find out your actual voice? Well, maybe a little too late for that, because, well, look.
The funniest thing about all of this is, why is there no title in the video, and why is there no red time scale bar?
And the funniest thing about all of this is that this kid actually goes to my school. We call him Marcus the Mute.
You do.
I mean, it's like he sucked all the helium out of a balloon.
Now that's a bit extreme. It's not that high-pitched. Also, I see you don't have captions available. Neither do I with mine. But here's something I don't get. For people who have next video autoplay, why do you have it? I don't get it. Because, like, when my video is finished, I want it to stop, and then I can go and find another video to watch. I'm not necessarily saying I want to watch the next one, am I?
#1 on my YouTube channel. Thanks to you, I'll hit 1 million subs next week.
How do this many people like this woman?
Keep streaming so I can keep reacting to you and make fun of you.
I think after a while, people will get pretty bored of it. Now that was loud, and I haven't even got the volume that high. Who are you texting? Who are you tweeting? Sorry, who are you Xing, as it is nowadays? Oh my god, you really need to charge your battery. 8%? Hey, Pixel Warrior 20... Well, of course. Did she just tweet that then and there? She didn't even link what the video was. Fraud's like, oh yeah, I can react to a video, but you didn't say what it was. What is it with the sound effects and being louder than the voices?
Hey, I didn't see you online. Aren't we gonna play?
Not today, Mom. I don't feel like it.
Well, you're still gonna stream, right? Because you said you would do it every day.
You sound like I show speed.
Look, Mom, I don't want to talk about this right now. Okay, can you please just leave me alone?
Marcus, you are not gonna quit because some kids...
Mom, I'm serious. Please, go!
That just sounded like a normal voice to me. He's lost the impression at this point. He's just lost the impression.
What is that?
I don't know. Email notifications?
Email notifications? Email notifications? Oh god. What the hell is this? What? This is a mixture of Google Chrome, YouTube, and Gmail. It's nice to see now that in YouTube Premium, it only shows the profile pictures and not the names of your subscriptions. And now apparently you can have your Gmail emails in your channel. Also, I can see at the top bit where the search bar is, how things just overlay. And where's the taskbar gone? What is going on with this editor? Also, where's your subscription count gone and your little bit for your about page? Damn, and if I worked for you and I saw this, I'd probably quit because the editing would just... Even now, it's just... I can't even speak, it's just making me feel... I don't know what the word is, but you know what I mean.
I'm getting flooded with new subscribers.
From where?
From YouTube. Where do you think?
I don't know. Let me read the comments.
Since when were comments this big?
Hey, Marcus. I just want to let you know I support you. Aw, that's nice.
And it already has a like.
Let's get him to 1M subs.
1 million subs.
I look at some channels and I think, wow, this is such high quality videos. They must have millions of subscribers. But then I go and look and they've just got like either 100,000 or they haven't even got to 500,000. And I just think, how is this? Other YouTubers I see like this have millions of subscribers. And I think these people deserve it. I don't deserve 1 million subscribers. My videos are nothing like the ones I'm talking about. But I look at some videos and I think, wow, how does this person have 1 million subscribers? But then I look at other videos and I think, wow, how's this person not got 1 million subscribers?
And that's really hard to do.
No kidding. Unless you're Mr. Beast.
Let's see what this one says. I found you from Pixel Warrior 21.
What do you mean Pixel Warrior 21? He didn't even put 21.
What the heck? Wait, let's watch.
What's up, guys?
Who the hell are you? What is happening here? Why is your taskbar now got neon or different colours in your things? Why does the search bar not go all the way to the end? And why are there 2 recommended next video lists? Dhar Mann, please make sure I don't come to LA because I will strangle your editor to death.
It's Pixel Warrior 21.
Where is your mic? That is really good quality.
And I've been keeping it secret. I've been playing Genshin Impact.
I don't care.
I didn't want any of you to know it was me, so I used a secret name, PW21.
I never would have guessed. Hang on, you're saying you didn't want people to know you. In that case, some people would just put like a random name like Kevin or Dan the Man or something. But no, you've just put an abbreviation of your channel. If anyone saw that, they'd probably think, well, that must be Pixel Warrior or a Pixel Warrior fan. I don't get it. This is ridiculous.
No way. This whole time I've been streaming with Pixel Warrior 21.
Honey, I don't understand what's going on.
I don't understand Dhar Mann's logic, so I think we're pretty equal, you and me.
Let's keep watching.
He says just keep watching like he knows what's going to be said, but apparently this is a live stream. Hang on, if this is a live stream, why are the live stream comments like actual YouTube comments? At this point, I give up. Also, isn't this actually supposed to be a video, not a stream? My mind is gone.
I've been playing with this guy named Marcus. Doesn't talk a lot, but he's a really nice kid. I was surprised to find out that he wants to become a streamer.
He is a streamer, you idiot.
I was even more surprised to hear that there's a YouTuber that's been making fun of him.
It wasn't me.
Now, Marcus, if you're watching, I want to remind you how important it is to follow your dreams.
If only we lived in that type of world. I like to do this as a full-time job. Some say being a reaction YouTuber is easy, but trust me, it does take me a long time to edit these videos. But I like to have this job. I'd actually like to work more at Apple in California at their headquarters. I'd actually like to work in the events department because I love an Apple event and I like to work in the events department. But, well, we're just in that type of world where it's going to take you years and years and years to get to that part, or you're just never going to get to that part. There's a good chance that I will never be able to have that job. I mean, for one, in high school, I didn't take the events management qualification. So even if Apple finds me and stuff, there's a good chance I won't get it because I don't have that qualification. We can all dream, but you say follow your dreams, but it's not that easy, mate. Like, Dhar Mann can say this because, like, he's got his dream. Thanks to these videos, he's now a millionaire and he can do whatever he likes. He's followed his dreams. His dreams are, oh, we're going to change the world with these videos. But in other words, it's change his life. But in other words, it's change his life because people react to the videos, he gets money, and his life is changed. That's what it actually is. Dhar Mann can say that, but for someone like me, I could follow my dreams, but there's a really good chance I'll never get to that point. I'm just saying, if you believe in follow your dreams, do what it says, because there are really good chances that you can get the jobs you want and all sorts. But I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, I don't think I'll ever get the job that I really want to do.
Even when the odds are stacked against you. Just like how Yoimiya helped Avon follow her dreams.
This has to be a sponsored video. Why are there so many references to Genshin Impact? It has to be.
Now, back to this YouTube bully.
I thought I said Billy.
I've been thinking, and...
Well, if you talk and pause as much as you do, then I think this video will be longer than mine. And that is saying something, because I have been recording for an hour and 12 minutes.
I'm gonna react to her video, and I'm gonna defend my good buddy Marcus.
Sometimes this can have a back effect, because like, say if you say, this video I'm watching is from this YouTuber. Now, he wants people to see this YouTuber and think she's a bad person. But in some cases, that YouTuber will gain followers because it's like that YouTuber has shouted out another YouTuber, but even though they said don't subscribe, they might just subscribe as like, oh, I subscribed, I didn't do what he said. Or it's like they subscribe because they like that person's content. Sometimes this can have a back effect.
Okay, so you know I've been streaming online with a couple people. Well, it turns out one of them is this really popular YouTuber, Pixel Warrior 21.
That had to have been a voiceover because we never saw his lips move for that whole sentence. Also, the sound sounds sound boothed. God, that's a lot of sound.
He reacted to one of the videos of Lily making fun of my stream.
No, he's reacting because that's the video you're watching. Once I've finished reacting to this video, I can say I've reacted. But if I say I've reacted now, that doesn't work because we still got, what, a good 5 minutes left?
And because of that, I've gained so many new subscribers. I just hit 25K!
Just like that? Jesus, if only life was like that.
This is literally insane, Mom.
I know, it's only something that could happen in a make-believe world, not in real life. Dhar Mann, get logic.
I don't know half of what you're saying.
And I don't see how this could work. It worked for Dhar Mann because he had that effect on people. Won't work for just YouTubers that are starting out like me, for goodness sake.
But it sounds good.
No, this is great. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I know. I'm gonna go live right now and see how many people I have watching. Sorry, Mom. I can't stream while you're in here.
Why? You don't want people to see your mother? Kind of rude.
Do you mind?
Oh, right.
That's really rude.
Thank you. Oh, 700 people watching live? 800? No way.
Now that is a YouTube chat. Not the other one, that's a YouTube chat.
We just broke 1,000, guys.
Oh
I'm
my
literally in shock right now.
Good God, even your icons in the taskbar change colour. You still haven't got Chrome.
I can't believe this is happening.
Neither can I. I can't believe this editing.
I'm gonna try and read some of your comments now. Oh, thanks, Murphy. I appreciate seeing you like my voice. That's really nice.
Aw.
You're going through puberty too, Sam?
I think he passed it a long time ago. He's got to be in his 20s. He just looks like he's in his 20s, right?
Yeah, man, it's not fun.
Trust me, mate, if you were going through puberty, you'd still have spots on your face and stuff. Look at me. I've still got a couple of spots and I'm 16, nearly 17.
You're right.
I know I am.
All right, people, who can give me the value of x for the problem on the board?
Find the value of x. Can I just say, and this goes out to every teacher, if you write everything in capitals, it just annoys the hell out of us students. Especially if we're supposed to copy something down. Like, it just annoys me so much. Also, that F doesn't even look like an F. It looks like a weird C. Like a blocked C. Find the value x.
Anyone? Marcus, birthday boy, what do you got for me?
Birthday boy.
X equals 16?
That is absolutely correct. Great job, Marcus.
In my school, it was like they gave us some problems on the board, and then we wrote them down and figured them out, and then we went through them as a class, not just one student.
X equals 16. Gosh, you sound like a broken record.
No, this is a broken record.
Action! We have a casualty.
Hey, that's enough. Now, if you want to go to detention...
Oh, now look who's actually telling a student off.
Then I suggest that you...
Come in. Who the hell are you?
Lily, you cannot have balloons delivered to the classroom.
I didn't get those.
This is actually for,
Hang on, you're the delivery guy? First off, damn man, you could have got him an actual outfit, like an Amazon Prime one. But also, in my high school, we had this entrance where it was like one door that you couldn't get into unless you had a key card or someone like pressed a button and let you in. That was how you got from outside to the main reception. And then from main reception, there was another door that either the reception person pressed a button or there was a button on the other side in the school, or you had a key card to be able to get in the school. And even then, no one would let a delivery person just come into the school. Whenever my high school had a delivery, it was always they came into reception, they dropped it off with a reception person, and then one of the quite a lot of reception people took that to the classroom for the teacher, because it was usually the teacher ordering something, or they would email the teacher, say your delivery's here, the teacher would come down at break or lunch and get it, or if they had a free period. It was never like this, because in some cases, you're just asking for problems, letting anyone in.
Marcus.
Marcus, you got 1 million subscribers on YouTube?
So you're saying to Lily, you're angry at her for not having balloons in class. You're saying, Lily, you can't have balloons in class. But for Marcus, you're like, wow, Marcus, you hit 1 million? Not, Marcus, what did I just say to Lily? You can't have balloons in here either. No, apparently Marcus can. Make your mind up, man.
Yeah, but I didn't order any balloons.
Congrats.
Thank you. You?
Oi, what did I say before? Mind your own business. Jesus, how much do helium balloons cost nowadays?
Oh, those aren't the only ones I ordered.
How many balloons did you order?
I'm sorry, there's actually some more.
Right, so she's not allowed to bring in even one, but she's allowed to order Marcus about 50 million. 500k, who hit that?
Okay, who has 500,000 subscribers?
And apparently whoever does is allowed balloons. Ooh, maybe her.
Lily, since you celebrate every milestone, I figured I'd get you these.
Oh my god, your computer's got a fingerprinted screen as well.
Sorry you lost 500,000 subs, but at least you got what you wanted.
She has a point, love.
If I had 500,000 subscribers, I'd be jumping for joy.
Pixel Warrior 21 reacted to one of your videos.
Tell me that that is a sound effect from somewhere like Pixabay without telling me that that is a sound effect from somewhere like Pixabay.
Okay, people, let's get back to class.
Happy birthday to you!
What a depressing party, it's only you and your mother. Of course it's Genshin Impact. Everything is.
Yay!
Yay! It's only us two. You have no friends.
Listen to the audio again. The yay is faded out in editing, not in real life. It's not yay. It's yay.
Oh, honey, I am so proud of you.
Again with the sound effects. They're louder than the voices.
Oh, I'll get it.
Oh yeah, take off your hat for courtesy.
Happy birthday!
Hooray, I don't know half of you.
Oh my god, thank you guys for coming.
First off,
That's what she said.
and second, my god, are you surprised? Look at those eyes.
I didn't even expect this.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So happy for you. Happy birthday, Marcus.
Oh, if it's that guy that won't stop listening to your conversations.
Thank you so much.
Explore the...
Darman, stop popping up out of nowhere. Also, I barely see you in any of your videos. Like, the only time I see you is just like for a short message, and that's very rare. The most times I've seen you is with a voiceover. You never appear in your own channel. It's like Quebblecop with his AI stuff.
vast landscapes of Tavai.
I said before that the voiceover of the girl in the classroom was bad. What the hell was that? How was that approved for a good video voice? What is it with redoing these voiceovers? Mr. Beast does them, but he does it right. But this is ridiculous.
From the picturesque Mondstadt,
This whole thing was a sponsorship.
immerse yourself in a world where climbing, swimming, and gliding are just the beginning. Harness the power of elements in exhilarating combat.
And not be able to see because of the amount of stuff on screen.
Unleash the might of Cairo, Dendro, Pyro, Hydro, Anemo, Electro, and Geo.
So in other words, snowflake, dandruff, fire, water, having a clue, swords, and a maze.
As you strategically combine their forces.
I knew this was a whole sponsored video. They mentioned it too much. You've also got something on your shirt. There's a little white bit on your right shoulder. Also, why are we doing this outside?
To create devastating elemental reactions and claim victory in epic battles.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Join forces with fellow travelers and unravel the mysteries.
Unravel?
Thanks so much for watching.
Your ears stick out quite a lot, don't they?
And I'll see you in the next video.
What are the chances that in the next video after this he doesn't actually make an appearance? Darman, I better get part of your sponsorship money because I kept your sponsorship in my video. Watch this. No thanks. Well, that was Darman. And yeah, I kind of do have a lot to say when it comes to like the Mac stuff, I'll admit. But Darman has nearly 1,000 videos, so if you want to see more, then just say, because I will happily react to more. Like for instance, by the time this video's come out, Darman's already got a few seasons of new shows gone by. But until next time, goodbye.
Everybody's talking.
Why have you changed mute to disabled? Being mute, selectively mute, doesn't mean that you are disabled. Dhar Mann is doing this for clickbait and more views, because he thinks that being disabled can bring him more views than just being shy to speak. And he says he's changing more lives. No, he's just changing his bank account amount.